Saturday, November 13th, 2021, and welcome to the Capital Allocation channel. Today, I want to give you a quick crypto market update, a gold update, show you one stock on my watch list, and show you the real inflation rate. Thank you all for watching. Let's get right to it. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is sitting here just below $65,000. We've got a buy rating on the TradingView technical indicator. We're still here above this 20 EMA, and this uptrend still remains. So until we see a clear technical breakdown, the uptrend is still intact. For Ethereum, this is a really interesting pattern. Here we still have a buy rating. What's interesting about this to me is this is such a controlled move. So we have buyers coming in, a little bit of selling, more buyers, more selling. If you look at previous trends, we've had an exponential rise followed by a crash. That's not what we're seeing here. This appears to be very controlled, and we're here at the bottom of this trend line. So as long as we hold above this channel here, we are still in an uptrend. This could depend on the overall crypto market, but this is a pattern that we've really not seen in Ethereum before. More so, we tend to see exponential moves followed by sharp decreases. And some people think because of the fundamentals of Ethereum has really many use cases that this could flip Bitcoin at some point. It's an interesting thought, and with this continuing higher, it's really something to consider. For Monero, Monero still has a strong buy rating. I tend to disagree with this at the moment. So here we broke out of this triangle pattern and we're just consolidating around. So to me, this appears to be a pattern that would suggest indecision in the market. It's really trying to find whether the price will break up or break down at the moment. And to me, I think this will just need to be watched. This is more of a neutral pattern in my opinion. So you would need to see a clear break above around 296 or a clear break below around 250 to really be sure of which direction this thing could break. So at the moment, this is just something to watch, and I think a breakout could be traded. But at the moment, this is simply consolidation and appears to suggest indecision to me. So Pirate Chain is still in a downtrend. We have a sell rating. We're below the EMA and we're below this trend line. So the base case scenario would suggest this is going lower. And I recently just looked at the market cap. The market cap is still relatively large, still around $350 million. So there could be room to fall further. I think the fundamentals of Pirate Chain are great as long as it's not regulated too heavily. And even if it is regulated too heavily, it may not matter for something like Pirate Chain. So long term, this has good fundamentals, and we could see volume coming back in, but I think because the trend has remained lower for so long, we could see further selling before that happens. So the Haven protocol, I recently did a video about the Haven protocol breakout, and that was around $12 when I made this video. So it's already up near around $17. We've had a strong bullish move. When I look at the size of this move, it is similar to the previous largest moves. So if you measure previous moves here, you're looking at a similar move to some of the larger moves previously, and larger than the majority of the previous moves. So just on a historical basis, when you see this type of breakout and this high RSI, you do get consolidation and a pullback. You've had that here, you've had that here, and in both of these consolidations, you've pulled back, tested this moving average, and gone higher again. But here there was essentially a blow off top, retest, and at this point you did have that risk of going lower. So historically we could see a similar pullback, and then there's a question: do we retest this moving average and go higher, or does this thing break down and go lower? Either way, this RSI does appear to be rolling over. This move is rather extended historically. It's really hard to say, but we could get some type of consolidation out of here, and then it will really depend on sentiment whether this thing has another leg higher. I would not be surprised to see another leg higher here, but we could see some type of pullback in the short term. So just wanted to update you on this since I made a video about this breakout a couple days ago. But this pattern looks interesting, although when I look at the Haven protocol and what it's actually doing, it's essentially creating anonymous versions of dollars and gold, but really dollars and gold are already anonymous. So to me, it somewhat defeats the purpose. There could be some use cases, but if you're going to have a Monero based coin, you might as well just own Monero at that point. So that's just my thoughts. But either way, it's a tradable trend, so take advantage of it. And speaking of gold, gold had a nice breakout here. So historically, this is really a cup and handle pattern. This thing goes way back. We've had this pullback, this handle, and it's creating this triangle pattern. We just broke out of that. So this is quite interesting, and because of the inflation numbers we've had recently, and due to large moves in crypto, we could be seeing some interest coming back into gold. And I'm surprised we haven't seen that. I mean, people have said, gold is dead, crypto is the new gold. But if you gave me a choice of what I had to put my entire net worth in, cryptos or gold, that would really be a hard decision. But I would definitely consider gold. I would prefer to have an allocation to both, but I think gold is underrated at the moment, and even more so silver. And we are getting a breakout. So if you're the type of person who only is looking into cryptos, I would definitely at least watch what's going on with gold and take it into consideration when allocating your cryptos, when trading cryptos. This is definitely something that could go much higher. And if you look at the historical cup and handle pattern, the target price would be somewhere around $2,800 to $3,000. So it's hard to say if it will hit that price, but that is what the pattern suggests. Now, a stock that I'm watching is Facebook. Probably everyone knows what's going on with them switching their name to Meta. They have all these different investments, and they have the cash to buy up small, fast-growing companies that could be essential to building this metaverse. And whether you agree with the concept of the metaverse or not, I've began to accept that it looks like it's going to happen regardless of what people believe. So you have to trade the market you have and not the market that you want. And this stock is in a clear channel here. So this latest pullback has really just tagged this trend line that has been in play for over a year now. And we've already got confirmation of a reversal here. Even with the RSI, we've got a buy on the TradingView technical indicator. And we even have some, the last candle is a very bullish candle here. So this thing looks like the trend is still in motion. I believe it's going higher and it will probably hit all-time highs. One strategy you could use would be to sell puts against this thing. So if you sell puts down below this recent pullback, somewhere between maybe 260, 250. Anyway, not investment advice, but it seems like a reasonable strategy. And if you look at Gregory Mannarino's work, he has been the most accurate market analyst that I have seen essentially ever. I mean, he's called the market for the last year and a half that I've been watching him. And this is a strategy that he uses, is to sell puts against stocks, selling 15 to 20%, selling puts 15 to 20% below the current price when these indicators are indicating bullish. And if you look below this resistance here, that would be a decent place to sell puts. You could also obviously buy and hold, but you can get more leverage out of selling options here. So that's just one stock that I'm personally watching. Let me know what you think. And yeah, obviously we all know what's going on with inflation, so I'll leave a link in the description below. Inflation hit the highest rate in 31 years, and I would suggest it's probably even higher because of the way it's measured. So it's showing a 6.2% year-over-year increase. But if you go ahead and go to shadowstats.com, you can see the way they measured it previously. So if you look at the way they measured it back in 1990, the inflation rate would really be around 10% here. If you looked at the way it was measured in 1980, the inflation rate would be around 15%. And if you look at commodities, this would appear to be much more accurate than the 6%. But we know how to trade these markets. We know how to trade cryptos, we know how to trade precious metals, and we know how to trade stocks. So we don't have to let this destroy us, and in fact we can take advantage of the inflation creation machine, outperform the market if we're in the right areas, and really do very, very well. So that's my goal, is to show you what I'm looking at. That's all I can do. You make your trades based off of your knowledge, and I really suggest you obviously watch other channels as well. The Dollar Vigilante is an interesting one. Gregory Mannarino is an interesting one. There's a lot of great channels. So study up, learn as much as you can, try to make informed decisions, and always have good risk management. And we can take advantage of these trends and really do pretty well. So thank you all for watching. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.